Good morning, Riverhawks. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Rehan. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Face the flag, put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
As we all know, Halloween is next weekend. To get into the Halloween spirit, ASB is having a costume contest. Send in your pictures of your costume to Rio ASB's Instagram, or you can send them into the Rio Activities Google Classroom.
All submissions are due on the 30th, so remember to start thinking about what costume you'll be wearing this Halloween.
8th graders, the time is finally here. The voting for 8th grade favorites will be today. The polls will be open after 6th period, so from 12:10 to 8 o'clock. Don't forget to vote.
To vote, all you have to do is go to the Rio Norte website, click on Students, and then go to Rio Vote. Make sure you pick your favorites.
Now, here's an interview with one of our very own teachers, Mr. Muradkel.
Think about it. We see our teachers every day, but have you ever wondered what their journey to become a teacher was like? Well, today we asked one of Rio's teachers to explain a little bit about his journey.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Sargon Muradkel, and I'm an English teacher on Team Shenandoah at Rio Norte.
Okay, how did your educational journey start?
Well, my educational journey started in Chicago, which is where I went to elementary school. I was born in Syria, and I actually immigrated to the United States when I was 6 years old. Started first grade. So I went to elementary school. It was very difficult, as you can imagine. I didn't speak English at all. My grades obviously suffered. But by the time I got to 7th grade, my life changed because of one man, and he was my 7th grade teacher, Donald Charles Jones. And Mr. Jones made a big impact on my life. It was the year where I grew academically and also personally, and I became a straight-A student after that, believe it or not. And after elementary school, I went on to high school in Chicago and also went to college for 4 years and graduated with my bachelor's degree in film studies. And I had the dream to become a writer-director.
Okay, after college, what job did you pursue?
Well, after I graduated with my bachelor's degree in film, the next step was to decide whether I wanted to stay in Chicago or if I wanted to move to Hollywood, which is where, as you know, most of the film industry is. So I made the decision at age 24 to leave my parents and siblings and all my friends in Chicago and move to a place that I had never been to, which was Los Angeles, California, and pursue my career as a filmmaker. I worked in the film business for about 6 years, mainly as an assistant, but my goal was to become a writer and a director.
What led to you becoming a teacher?
Well, after my 6 years in the film industry, to be honest with you, I got a little burnt out in the industry. Things were not happening the way that I had envisioned them happening. And so I started to consider other careers and other things that I wanted to do with the rest of my life. At that point, I was 30 years old, 31. And the only other thing, to be honest with you, that I enjoyed, Aubrey, as much as filmmaking, was teaching. I remembered my 7th grade teacher and what a difference he made in my life. So I thought it would be amazing if I can do the same for others. So this is when I decided to go back to school to become a teacher. And so what that entails is basically 2 years of schooling in order to be able to get my teaching credential. And then I also got my master's degree in teaching, both from Biola University. And so in 2010, I became a full-time teacher, an English teacher. And so I've been teaching for 11 years now. And so I did 6 years at a middle school in La Mirada. I did 3 years at Golden Valley High School here in Santa Clarita. And then this is my 2nd year at Rio Norte. And I love being a teacher, as you can imagine. And I love teaching as much as I love filmmaking. And I would say those 2 careers in my life I've enjoyed the most. I still do some writing on the side. I do write screenplays. Every summer I try to write a screenplay and finish a screenplay. I don't have an agent yet, so if you know any agents, let me know. So I still enjoy writing, but what I enjoy more, to be honest with you, is teaching all of you writing. because that gives me joy and it gives me the opportunity to teach 165 students every year how to become better writers, better readers, listeners, and speakers, and eventually to develop the skills that I developed, which have to do with confidence, which have to do with the ability to articulate yourself. So yeah, my journey was an interesting journey. I came to teaching later than some people do, but at the same time, I believe I benefited from my film career, which is the creative side of me, and then also my, career as a teacher, which I also love equally. So I would say I'm doubly blessed.
Thank you so much for coming today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
A special thanks to Mr. Muradkel for telling us about his unique journey. Now back to the studio.
Just one more day till the weekend, Riverhawks. I'm Rayhan.
And I'm Kayla, and we'll see you next time on RioTV.